That's right. 39 today.
In the last 4 games.
Yeah. 47. How many TVs was that? 5 in November.
Three in the first half.
That's right. That's right. Well, it was sure.
Good. All right, all right. Rush stats. They don't do stats now.
Thank you, sir.
You already got it.
You like that?
Oh, yeah. You think that's willing to do things?
Huh? What do you got? I'm happy with that.
out there, so.
Most people will go there and then leave.
So far.
At least the ones that are more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather be coming out here.
Coach.
Come on.
Mike McCarthy messed up.
Why is that quarterback?
They got some.
Yeah, Tyrone Smith out. Where was Cole? Yeah, he didn't like that. I don't know what, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything's the same there, except the game's changed.
How you been? No, I think we're okay. I think I'm confident. You guys get it? Testing 1 2 3 4. 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 Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4. You guys got it?
No.
You guys get back in the thing we're running? Send them more requests.
Tried to send it back.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they just sit on.
Who broke it up?
You got it?
You got it on video?
Did he punch him in the face?
See how.
Okay, I see that, yeah.
Right.
Did he flop?
That's what I was in. Hey, it was me. That's it. They're just great. Like I get home and start prepping the Raiders on Thanksgiving. No. Good luck with any of that. You got 3 months. I was Super Bowl. Look at the TV. Okay. They depend on. Okay. They want to see you back here.
First time we got you since the state. I'm saying. Y'all ain't good.
Yeah.
What's up?
Each track in the postseason last year.
It's all about the games and championships. After the Buffalo game, yeah. They put them on Zoom. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And then usually we get Clark when they play them.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't think
In the
we-
locker room.
Right. We don't usually get beat until they win a trophy.
But in 2019, we got both of them at the same time.
Well,
It was like after each other.
Yeah, but
He talked after.
Of course.
They done, you got one. Three.
Yes, Bruce.
They know.
A little bit. This is a
Professional. Professional environment. They let me in.
I know. I was
Them today.
You know, we should have.
Higher scoring. Probably not this.
He'll always say something.
Love that. I love that.
He'd be nice.
Is that him?
No, nothing yet, boys.
I think I do it.
Coast is clear, coast is clear. They don't even have that.
It'll be hot today.
I'll give the alert.
Okay, there you go.
I'll give the alert. Up to you. I mean, hey, I take it. I just know I need to like. I need to like shoot.
Depends on when they start.
Like that Parsons guy.
I mean, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, so he looks like half second off.
Yes, totally.
Well, that's the beginning. Yeah. It's a lot. Big. Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
We're still waiting for us. We're still waiting. Because you're gonna be
Right.
So,
Right. But the other thing.
Yeah.
Probably can get you can get different from that. Yes. They're constant. And then prioritize.
but I mean, they pretty much.
Here's the
Yeah.
That's something. But. It's gotta be longer than that.
Good time.
And you go to Capitals.
It's the end of the game.
Significant.
Especially at number 15.
That'll be a big part of the equation. I think they're already one six.
I would. Listen, I'd rather admit that
And 3 years later, it's straight.
but at least early in the season. Now you're at least getting some. Yeah, right. But look, I probably would not have gotten this.
Oh, yeah, right. Here we go. Alert, alert. This is a catwalk.
All right. As far as the injuries go, McKinnon hurt his hamstring, so he came out, and we'll just see. We'll get him an MRI and check out. And then Fenton landed on his knee, and we'll get an MRI on that tomorrow. The crowd was phenomenal. There was a lot of blue in there, and we didn't hear them. And so my hat goes off to the red. It was a beautiful thing. Defensively, what a game! What a game! I mean, that's the number one offense in the National Football League, and I just thought our defense brought it every snap against, in particular, our defensive line, in particular against a heck of an offensive line. So I'm proud of the guys for that. And Frank kind of started off with a strip sack, but 5 takeaways is great. 4 sacks by Chris Jones. I mean, I can't say enough. Charvarius and Snead and Fenton. I mean, 21 jumps in and does a heck of a job. I mean, just all Willie Gay had a couple nice plays in there. I could probably go through all of them. They all did a nice job. Offensively, we had some ups and downs. Started off right. Had a couple nice drives. And actually, the one that was great was the last drive, where we had to chew some time up, get them to use their timeouts, even though we didn't score on it. It put them in a big time bind. And then Tobe had the had the pooch kick, and Bucker did a nice job with it, of getting it down there. Very seldom do you see a punter covering and an offensive guard covering, but we practice it every week, and that's how you practice it right there. They executed it perfect. So good to have 25 back. Clyde played well and just stayed aggressive, covered the ball in traffic, was patient, all the things you need to be to make the thing work, trusted his O-line. Darren had another nice game when he filled in both in the pass and the run game. So, and Kelsey, Tyreek, Pat, had some beautiful throws too. So listen, all in all, it's this is a good football team we played, and that's a heck of a win. Before I turn it over, just happy Thanksgiving to you guys and to our fans. We appreciate everything. So, all right, time's yours. Yeah, so I should have mentioned that because he played well. He had surgery on that knee at one time, and his knee swelled up overnight, which is a little unusual, but it's done that in the off season. It hadn't done it during the season, but my hat goes off to him letting us know when he got up and getting in here and getting treatment done, and then wanting to play. That's the next thing. I mean, he was in here for hours getting treatment. So, that kid he's an amazing kid. And, the fact that he was out there doing what he did was likewise amazing. Well, Rick wouldn't have, and our docs wouldn't have let him play if that was the case. But they felt like he'd be safe playing. I mean, safe as you can be playing football. But and he could still run. So they were able to get some of that swelling out. So that was important.
Before the game, he didn't even go through the introductions. He just came over the bench and went over and had a chat with him. What was that?
Yeah, just get off your leg and sit there for a little bit, chill out. He went through warm-ups and did everything. Just let him get right. And he's a tough kid, man. My hat goes off to that kid. He is a Badger, right? I mean, tough.
Would you consider it a statement by your team, and especially with the defense with the way they played? And then also, what's your message to your players going into the final?
Yeah. So you see how every week is like crazy in this league. So I'm not sure there's any statement. There's not a lot of consistency going on right now, amongst the NFL here. So I mean, every week is a big time challenge, And I'm talking about wins and losses are consistent. There's these ups and downs, and teams are favored, and then they get beat. I mean, it's crazy. So it's what the league strives for, parity in this league. And I think they've done a great job with that. Every town, every city has an opportunity to win football games. That's a great thing. And we're no different. So we've got to just keep our nose to it and bear down as we go, take each game as it comes. We haven't proven anything yet. You can talk about all of it after the season. Go find an island and go lay around and tell everybody about it. But right now, not so much, man.
Your message to the players, obviously going to the bye week, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, make sure you take care of yourselves.
What's different about the pass rush now? It's more productive than it was earlier in the season. What's
Yeah, so to get 24 in there, I think is a nice thing, nice addition. He brings a certain energy to the group. A veteran, player. All the guys respected him and welcomed him in. Not that he's playing every snap, but he's playing quite a bit. And he's strong at the point and does some nice things. But I think it upped everybody's game. That's what I think happened. And guys were back, were healthy there, and that matters when you can line up that lineup that we're doing. And I don't want to slight Reid. I mean, I've mentioned him before, and he's playing good football right now. And just doing a nice job. He's kind of settled into the defense, and we know him better. He knows us better, and he's doing a nice job for us. So, and you watch 55, 95, you watch all these guys do 51, 97. I mean, all these guys, 98 contribute, you just start going through these numbers. 91 is playing good football, naughty, so my hat goes off to them. They've been working their tail off for it.
Coach, two quick questions before you. What was your message to Edwards-Helaire after that taunting penalty, and where is the Preston Road trophy now?
Well, it's at Clark's house. Yeah, so that's two different sides of things. But Herbie, I talked to him. Yeah, and you can't point, you can't do anything. You get excited and you do something. We had another one on our young right guard, man. So you can't talk, there's some restrictions now. And if you cross those lines, they're going to get you. And listen, the union was part of that. They agreed to all this. So it's, you'd be better off just going and playing football and celebrate with your teammates and not mess around with the other team.
Andy, obviously, over the season, you guys gave Chris the opportunity to play on the edge. He's back on the inside. He's had his best days.
Yeah, we mixed him up a little bit today, and but he's done. I mean, I didn't even mention the last play where he tipped the ball. We end up with a nice interception. So it's all. He's good either place. He's a good football player. So I mean, either place. When he gears it up, he's tough to stop.
It seems like the naked eye anyway, there's substantial improvement in tackling through the season, which I always thought was kind of hard to make those kind of improvements during the season. Do you agree with that? And do you see that as kind of fundamental to work?
Yeah, fundamentally, we're probably playing better. I think the way training camps are now and the way preseasons are, that whole deal takes you a little bit of time to kind of get in the swing. So I think you probably see that around the league. And now that they're warmed up and going, I think, it gets better. So, but our guys have worked extremely hard on the fundamentals and as much tackling as you can do here on dummies and so on. Rallying to the ball, I think, helps. Narrowing down running lanes helps. All those things.
Very even, right? I think that's a strength when you're priority. But have you noticed? Can you compare sort of the move of this right now compared with maybe the Chargers?
Yeah, so they've had to work for this, and I think when you have to really work for something and bear down, I think you enjoy it a little bit more. And you're not resting on what happened before, but you've earned this right here, with the old knot in the stomach and the ups and downs, and so you earn every one of these. And if I think that's where we're at right now. And then they like each other. They're getting to know each other better, and I think they like each other, and so playing hard for one another.
In terms of your secondary, they just played really well over the last month. Anything that you contribute to that, and then just the play with Jerry Seen and Shabir for obviously getting the interception before.
Yeah, it's good to have them back healthy, right? Get all these guys back in there and going. So we were kind of one guy in, one guy out, and that's the whole deal. And then the Badger kind of helps bring it all together with his leadership, and that helps. He felt obligated to be out there and with his guys, and you start getting that type of feeling, and that's a good thing. So, but they've all upped their game. They've worked hard at it, Nate.
A little fun in the week of football, I promise. There'll be a lot of Thanksgiving potlucks this week, or what dish are you bringing against the team?
I'm probably cooking it now. I mean, so I'll be finding a big turkey, and we'll do the whole thing. So I'm excited that I can contribute both ways.
You said we haven't really proven anything. I guess that's a benefit to the rest of the league. But maybe it's possible that you all have proven to yourself inside the locker room that it can be ugly, but we can still get wins or go 4 straight going to the final year.
Yeah. So I think winning in this league is so hard. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do. I think teams are better than they've ever been, and that's why you're seeing what you're seeing. So there's great competition, and you got to work for it every week. And so we're going to enjoy this. We're going to enjoy the win, but we're also going to know that we got to step back on the pedal here and get ourselves ready another week.
We got 3 more right here.
Coach, defense trying to figure it out. Beginning of the season, it seems like they flip the switch, and it's whatever's broken is now fixed. Have you seen that over your experience in the season?
Yeah, they're flying around, and they're working well together, rallying to the ball, getting great rush. We're doing a good job with our gap responsibility. Linebackers, I haven't mentioned Hitch. His leadership is so valuable. When he's healthy and that leadership he's in that position, man alive. And now he can eat free when he goes home to Dallas in the offseason.
These first couple of years, it's just kind of seemed like it, and I know it wasn't, but it seemed like it's come easy to Pat, and he faced some real adversity. Now he's reaching by 7 4, 11 weeks. He's kind of done enough for you guys to get there. What does it say about him and the way that he's responded to some of these issues?
Yeah, listen, he's pushed through the ups and downs, and not that everything was perfect. It's never going to be perfect against good teams. So, but he sure did some nice things, and had some beautiful throws today. And his leadership is so valuable. He doesn't. There's not a lot of hanging head there. He's going, hey, we're on to the next one. Let's go. So he's a positive influence on a lot of people.
Last one, man. Coach, back here. Dick Vermeil said one time when a team's winning, that being a head coach can be pretty easy. Just keep going. But when things go rough, he says that's where you really earn it. You talk about the job that you and your staff have done with the leadership to turn down. This was an ugly football team at times early.
Yeah, the guys never hung their head, the coaches. I mean, they just kept trying to find a way to use the strengths of the players and that they have. Whether somebody was hurt or not hurt, the next guy up, and they utilize the strength of those players to do it. And so, you earn a right to make this one of the bigger games today in the National Football League. I'm saying before the game started, there were a lot of eyes on this game. And so 2 good football teams playing each other, and this was a little bit of a culmination of their perseverance there. So it's very easy to hang your head. It's tough to power through it. And maybe at times you have to say, you know what, I got to do a little better right here. So.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks again, Coach.
Nothing.
We'll all learn.
So.
How many times you want to?
Just no. It sounds like we're getting Patrick Mass. Yes, it's Patrick Mass. Oh, circus legs. I love the way you describe that. That is indeed his legs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did he?
Yeah, that- So it looks like that.
All right,
Okay,
You get the ball back with like 8 minutes left, you're up by 10, and you're sort of flipping that switch from trying to score to trying to burn some clock. Is that a tough thing to do in that situation, or are you guys pretty comfortable when it comes to those situations?
Yeah, luckily enough, we've been in those situations a couple times now, so we've kind of figured out a way to do that. I made the one bad decision, trying to make the throw to Pringle there. They played it well, but other than that, I thought we ran the ball well when we needed to run the ball, and made plays happen. And at the end of games, it comes down to that. When the defense is playing like they're playing, to grind out drives at the end of the games to kind of kill the clock down. Those are big drives that you'll need at the end of the year.
You mentioned running the ball well. In your opinion, how did Clyde Edwards-Helaire look in his first game back? 5 straight games he's missed, and now he's back in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, he rolled, man. I mean, that was a good defensive front, a good defense, and he was finding little creases here and there to make some stuff happen. And I thought the offensive line did a great job getting them those windows. And so he'll keep incorporating them more and more. And I mean, he looked healthy. So I mean, it's glad to have him back. So hopefully we can find a way to throw him some passes too. He's pretty good. He's pretty good out of the back foot as well. Yeah, I mean, he's a special player. I mean, to be that good of a linebacker and then be able to play defensive end, there's not a lot of guys like that in this league. And he has a high motor. I mean, chasing down on that sack, and then a strip sack, and then I mean, the whole game he was in there the whole time battling. And like I said, they have great players in that defense, and I thought our guys did a great job, especially early, and then we battled through at the end of the game.
Stands out to you, Patrick, about how much better the defense is playing and why. And part of that also is I wonder if it's affecting your game in a positive way too.
Yeah, I mean, I think ever since pretty much the second half of the Tennessee game, those guys have been playing better. It got lost because the offense wasn't playing very well, that we were winning games because of the defense, and so people are so used to our offense kind of going out there and putting up these numbers. But I would say it every week when I was right here at the podium, like, don't lose how good our defense is playing. And to go up against an offense like that, that has put up so many yards, so many scores and touchdowns, and then to shut it down, I mean, that's impressive. And so for us as an offense, when you get in these kind of funks that we kind of did in that second half, we know if we can just grind it out, get field goals, try to find a way to get a touchdown, that we're going to win the football game.
Patrick mentioned stats. So that interception that went through Kelsey's hands was the 6th one you've had in the season. There was a 75% chance or better of actually being completed. Have there just been some of these plays this year you just put your arms up and you're just kind of figuring out how in the world these things happen to you?
It's a heck of a stat. I didn't know that, but I mean, it's part of the game. I've been lucky enough that I've had these turnover-worthy plays that haven't got picked off too. So I think you just go out, you go and play. Interception happens, you move on to the next play, and that's how I've always rolled. And I'm gonna keep firing. I mean, when you're firing to a guy like Travis Kelce, I mean, he doesn't drop the football. I mean, if I put the ball a little bit out in front of him, he probably makes that catch and splits a couple people. So it's a combination of two things. It's me not putting it in the right spot, and then it just getting unlucky there at the end. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it because we're still not playing our best football, and we're sitting here 7-4, at least a half game up on the AFC West. And you go into the bye week knowing you're going to play a lot of divisional opponents coming up. So everything's right in front of us. we can be better, especially offensively. The defense can continue to get better and better each and every week. And to be where we started to where we're at now, and still not even playing our best football, I would take that every time.
Learning moment for Trey Smith. What was your message for him when he came off the field after that season?
Yeah, I mean, he's like the quietest guy, so I don't know how he ended up saying something that got him in trouble. But, you have to kind of teach him that you can't – I mean, if you're going to say something, say it under your breath at least. Don't let anyone hear it. But you love having the mentality that he has. That he wants to be great. He wants to continue to be – he was more – I think he's probably mad at himself as much as he was mad at anything else. For him, he'll learn from that. I mean, I highly doubt it happens again. But, I mean, I want him finishing every single play and playing the way he's played this entire season.
You talked about where you guys were earlier in the year and where you are now. Are you all surprised at how quickly this thing has turned around and the extent to which it seems to have turned around?
Not necessarily. I mean, we just kind of we're just going to take it week by week. We're going to get better and better each and every week this year. We lost some games close early that we probably should have won if we'd have found ways to finish. And then we took some big lumps and had some big losses that we don't usually have here. But I think you have those leaders in this room that we kind of went back to the drawing board, went back to the fundamentals, and decided to take it week by week, go through the process, trust in the coaching staff. And we're sitting here now with everything in front of us. So we just got to keep that same mindset.
Patrick, a couple things. Number one, it looked like after the option play, you guys came over to the bench and Coach Bieniemy was excited about that. Take us through that play with the old school option that applied.
Yeah, he wasn't excited. He was very upset at first, and he got over there, and we'd already talked to Clyde. I mean, obviously Clyde knew that he probably shouldn't have done it, and it's really high emphasis on the taunting right now. And he came over there, and we'd already talked to Clyde. Clyde knew, and so he started getting mad, and then we started hyping him up, and it made him start laughing. And it's hard to break him. It's hard to break with him, even if he's in that moods. But it's kind of what we do, man. We all love each other and want to be better together.
Before the game, I saw you down on the bench. You guys are watching the red zone, right? It's up on the Jumbotron. You're seeing these scores happen around the league. What does that do for you before the game to look up as you see these teams on the top of their division struggling?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's been this entire season. I mean, there's been a lot of ups and downs for everybody. And so we know that we have to go in with the mindset every single week if we have to be our best. And if we're not our best, we have to find a way to continue to get better and try to find a way to get a win. I think you've seen that this season. We've had games where we've put up a lot of points and played really good. We've had games that we haven't, and we still found a way to get a win. It's a team game in this sport, and it's not the same as it's been these last few years. But when you play as a team and you find a way to win these tough, adverse games, I mean, that's when you have those special teams, and I'm excited for the rest of the season.
Patrick, you mentioned you want to improve the offense and what will be after the bye week. In what ways do you think you guys could be a little bit better in the final stretch of the season?
Yeah, I think when you get in those third medium areas where the teams are kind of playing that man thief coverage, just finding ways to beat that. I mean, a lot of teams are playing it to us, so we have to be better there. We kind of stop the self-inflicted wounds, if it's the holding or if it's the interceptions or the fumbles or whatever that is. Whenever we don't have those, we usually drive the ball and score, or at least get in range to kick a field goal. So just execution on that part. And then finding ways to beat some coverages that have kind of given us some funks here and there throughout the season. But at least you know what they're going to play, so you can try to find a ways during this bye week.
You talked about the lumps earlier in the year. I'm sure you saw the comments. The Chiefs are broken. Patrick Mahomes is broken. Now 4-game winning streak. Going to the bye week on the high note. What's your message to those?
Yeah, I mean, there's still a long ways to go. Obviously, I knew we were never broken as a team. We have too many good players, too many special guys on this team that go through the process, even when they're bad times or good times. But we're still early in the season. I mean, I know we've kind of gotten to that second half, but our goal is to be on top at the end of the season. It's not to win the regular season, but you have to go through that process of every single day of being better, winning that week to be a great team. And I think we're going to try to do that. And at the end of the year, we'll figure out what we need to say then.
How you guys doing, man?
Oh, QB1's looking nice tonight, huh? Oh.
Hey, Chris, big night for you sack-wise. Notice they gave half of one to Darren. Try to get that back from him.
Hey, what are we doing? We got to talk to the guys upstairs. Hey, you listen. I love Jared. You know what I mean? But I think I had 4. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. That's a friendly reminder. Like, let's double check. Let's watch the film again. If he earned it, I'm all for giving it to him. but I think I had 4. Either way, I'll accept the 3.5. But we can check the tape again. Let's look at it again and make sure.
What's it like being in the zone like that?
It's fun, man. Football is fun. Winning is fun. Having the guys playing with those guys up front is fun. The back end played exceptional today. I think the game ball should go to the back end. They played so exceptional that they made the quarterback hold the ball, and we was able to affect the quarterback because he couldn't go to his first read. So the back end played really, really good today.
And I know you embraced the move to the outside. It was something that you wanted, but it seems like a lot of your production is still coming on that inside. But I guess do you sort of feel like you're playing too good on the inside to get a ton of snaps on the outside?
Just wherever Spags put me. Spags is he does his thing, man. He moves me around, which I benefit off of it. So the offense just can't slide to me every series, knowing where I'm going to go, and he put me in position to make plays.
Chris, given how the season started, now all of a sudden this last month, this last 4-game stretch, how gratifying is it for y'all as a defense to put this kind of performance against the Cowboys before you go to a bye week?
It's never how you start, man. It's how you finish. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint, and you're gonna go through adversity along the way. So we went through a little adversity. We had a lot of guys hurt, and we're finally building the chemistry back on this defense, getting everyone healthy, and being able to play together. I think this is the first time within 4 weeks where we had all our guys healthy and able to mesh and play together. That's a huge part for us as a defense.
It seems like Frank Clark is finally healthy, and you guys have Melvin in the mix. How much do you feel like you guys are feeding off each other as the game goes on?
Bringing Melvin in and acquiring Reid this offseason has helped this D-line tremendously. Those 2 proven guys in this league that had success on the other teams, and we was fortunate enough to grab them. Beach did a heck of a job in acquiring those guys, and they can bring versatility to this defensive line.
Chris, are you winning more with quickness or are you winning more with power? What would you say is the reason you were so dominant in the trenches?
Give it to the back end and the guys around me. Frank Clark started it off with a sack, so they start sliding to Frank Clark and giving me the one-on-ones. And the back end, you watch the back end, how tight they was playing in coverage. Took his first option away, which forces him to hold the ball a second or 2 longer. And, I was able to make some plays.
This was you actually pick up the recovery that was different than what happened in Philly. Just what's the experience like? You have the ball in your hands.
Listen, I had a cast on in Philly. Give me a little break, please. Hey, if you notice, I actually slowed down, squared up, took the squat, and then picked the ball up. I was trying to take it in. I don't think a big guy has done it in a while. The back end guys, they'll take it in. They're very fast and quick. And I was looking to get a big guy celebration. You know what I mean?
Speaking of celebration, what made you pull out the stomp after the sack?
Full of excitement. Having fun. Most importantly, having fun with the guys. That's what it's all about, having fun, making plays, and winning,
Chris, is it sweeter to be this against a top-ranked offense? Because it seems like every week, well, yeah, they did it, but if the Giants aren't good or Packers didn't have a quarterback, does it mean more if you did it against a team that's been doing what they do?
Listen, they're going to talk about us regardless. We can beat the Cowboys. They're going to say the Cowboys is off. They had their top receiver. So every week we got something coming, but it's okay. Yeah, it's a little adversity. It's good for us. It's a challenge. We listen to everything. We hear it. We still suck, So, we can use that as a building point, continue to build as a defense, as a team, build chemistry, and continue to put points and win.
You mentioned that you were playing through some torn ligaments in your wrist. Just how, it seems like it's going well, but how is the management plan going for that, and how do you feel when you're out there?
I give all the props to the training staff. Rick Buckholder and his group has been doing an exceptional job in making sure I'm ready to play on Sunday. The practice plan that they have for me, been protecting my wrist and making sure I don't get banged up in practice. So I give all the props to those guys, preparing me mentally and physically and being able to play on Sunday.
Chris, you talked in previous years about maybe winning the SAC title or being defensive player of the year. What's been the goal this year?
Doing whatever I can to help this defense succeed. Putting your personal goals aside and being more so of a leader. My personal goal is always to win the SEC title and be the best player I can be for this defense. But most importantly, being the best player I can be for the defense. If you get it.
Chris, I know you always have fun playing football, but how much more fun is it right now when you have a stretch like this? The defense is playing so well than say maybe it was 6 weeks ago.
Listen, we knew it was going to mesh together. We had a few rough weeks. A lot of guys injured. We wasn't clicking together. We got a lot of new guys on the defense, offense, both sides of the ball. So it was kind of new for us. Me and Frank didn't play together to probably week 4, week 5. You know what I mean? So you take everything into consideration, and we were still able to compete. We were still competing at a high level and coming down to the last possession of games. So to have everyone back, to continue to build that chemistry, and I think it's a huge part of success for us right now.
Chris, I wonder how close you were to knowing it. Tyron, I guess, was not close to playing. You played, right? He had this knee swollen up. Were you aware of that before the game, or what kind of message does that send to the rest of you guys that he gutted it out to play today?
Yeah, I found out during walkout. The defense was walking out, and it was like, "You're walking last." I'm like, "No, I'm not." And then, T5, he's the guy that goes last, and it was like, "Yeah, Tyron is questionable." I was like, "What's wrong?" And they told me. So the warrior T5 is. I knew he was going to have to play. He's such a warrior, and he wasn't going to miss this game. That's one thing I know about T5. He's a competitor at the highest level. He loves to compete. He loves, especially these type of games and these situations. T5 want to be on the field, and I knew it was a high probability he was going to try to play. He was going to play. He wasn't going to sit it out.
Did you feel the starting lineup?
Yeah, for the starting lineup because he didn't go out, and it caught me off guard. So I kind of knew then that was a problem. But first play, he was out there. So that's just the willpower of T5. He's probably battling something right now, and in his mind, he blocks it out and still being able to compete for this defense.
Last one there.
Chris, three of the next 4 games are at home, the next 3 games against the division rival. Going into the bye week, what did the coach say to you all as one leader on the team? Seeing what's happening with, one of particular team in the division, what's your message to your teammates to, these next couple of weeks, get rest, get healthy, stay out of trouble, don't do things that you would advise them not to do?
I think more so take advantage of this time off. Watch a little film. Take a break also, but also stay engaged. Watch who you're with. Make sure you don't put yourself or the team in a bad situation. And if you're going through something, make sure you're taking this time to get healthy, most importantly. All right, guys. Y'all take care.
Thanks, Chris. Same to you guys.
Man, it's a bit tall.
I guess, by the way, can you take us through, Clyde,
I mean, some chips, my bad.
Can you take us through the process of getting back to where you are today, what these past 5 weeks have been like for you?
I would say first 3 weeks, really not walking that great. And then just with the MCL, just kind of being the MCL, being that vascular kind of, at one point, it just kind of continuously got better each and every day. From dry needling to cupping to massages to, I mean, you name it, I probably did it for the knee. So, and then just with the MCL, everybody knows MCLs connect to the hamstring, ended up having like a couple hamstring problems. So it's not just one thing I was dealing with. It was like multiple things throughout the 5 weeks.
When you went down, it seemed like you thought that injury was pretty serious. And did you fear the worst at that point?
I would say I'm more on the flexible end, and I didn't been in some bad tie-ups, and a lot of people probably wouldn't be standing here if they was in the same things that I was. So it's initially just kind of feeling it. I knew it wasn't the best, and I mean, who wants to be hurt when this is literally what I do every day, Monday through Sunday, bro. So it wasn't, it's not just I'm done for the time. It's, well, damn, I do this every day and I can't do it anymore. So I'm frustrated, and that's just what it was.
You missed obviously 5 straight games, and How would you evaluate your performance tonight? Did you feel any rust, or did you be able just to slide right in?
Nah, felt good, bro. Felt good. Felt like and I mean, y'all watched the game, and I was in the game, but as far as being in the game and being in my helmet, I felt good.
I'm pretty sure you were surprised to get the taunting penalty, but yet you can't point, right?
Obviously.
Take us through that, and then coming back over the sideline and dealing with Coach Bieniemy.
I mean, nothing to really talk through. It was Pat pitched it. Showing my personality. That's what we talk about, being me, playing football, man. And that's just what it is. You get the taunting penalty. It's 15 yards. Take it with a grain of salt at the time. Go to the next play. Buck, kicks a 48-yard field goal, extra point, and we make it happen. It's on to the next play. And then, thing on the sideline is EB. I mean, it's just one of those things. You got to be a real strong-minded player to play for EB, and a lot of people wouldn't be able to. So, I mean, I just went to the sideline knowing that I was going to hear him. Kind of been playing for him, so I know. And then, here comes TK and here comes offense right behind me. So it's more than just, the things that y'all see. It's a brotherhood. It's, me and EB going back and forth one-on-one. It's, I could buy EB a pair of shoes, and then we arguing about the color. And, literally, that's the things that go on, throughout the week. And it's a relationship, and everybody, sees one thing, but, it's one thing when it's just us. And just the crowd being there it's kind of the crowd. But once we're on that field, man, it's kind of like a family-oriented thing. So that's why I ended up being yelling, mosh pit, laughing. So it was pretty cool.
This is the second time in your career where it seemed like you were really hitting your stride and then you suffered the injury. I was just wondering how you pushed through maybe some of the mental frustration of this is happening to me again. How do I kind of get through this?
It's hard. It's being a young player, man, and really, I just vividly remember telling my brother, I'm like, every time I hit my stride, bro, it just seemed like, something happening. And, then you got, media saying whatever. And then it's kind of just like, bro, you're in a position that you're supposed to be in. And then, just whatever happens on the field, it happens. You can't sit there and dwell on it. Now, at the time, everybody's going to tell you, oh, man, you can't be mad or, do this and do that. But I mean, yeah, you're frustrated, you're mad, you want to play ball. Like I was telling them, I'm like, man, I do this 7 days a week. I go to the facility every day. And then when somebody tells you that you can't go do that, it's frustrating. But you have to figure out another way to try to, get that fix. So now it was, okay, I can't do that. So I need to try to figure out, go deeper in film. Mental reps as far as watching practice. I need to, mentally trick myself as far as tell my body that I'm doing it when I'm really not. And that's what makes you a pro. That's what sets me, I feel like that's what sets me apart from the next person. Everybody can't say they put as much work as I did when I was hurt, comparable to the next person. And everybody can speak for themselves, but I'm me, and that's just what it is.
Was your brother that you talked to?
Yeah, my older brother.
Saw some of the tweets you sent out, kind of going back and forth with Darren, especially after his catch last week. What's kind of that brotherhood like in that relationship, especially when you were down and he was up, kind of going back and forth?
Man, it's just to say it's a brotherhood is kind of like just like that icing word. Literally, dirt is one of the probably one of the reasons why I'm standing in this position. Just even when I got to LSU, just understanding defenses, understanding just little things on the field, off the field, learning stuff back in Louisiana. So it's not just I'm with him. He's my that's my boy, and he makes things work for me, and he makes everything easy. It's he's pretty much since it was time to really make things work. He's since college, man. Since freshman year of college, first day walked in, he took me under his wing, and that's just what it was. And when I got drafted here, man, I was like, it's a blessing in disguise. Just knowing that it's gonna be those times that, unfortunately, that I was hurt. You're gonna have guys like Dirk calling you, making sure you're doing the right thing off the field, making sure you're doing the right thing when it's, we were at practice and it's, what you did, when we were at practice and how did you get it done? And it might not be exactly like a coach. It's, it's more like an older brother, and that's just what it was. And our relationship is, a lot different from what I would say. People see tweets and everything, but literally, man, it's, from the time that I was scholarship check, not touching in college, he was making ends meet, bro. So it's different with me and Dirty.
Like, when you know that you were going to be playing today and good to go, and as good as you looked, was there any thought process? Well, you got the bye week, a whole week to recover, to just wait until after the bye week to come back?
Yeah, that was pretty much the whole week. And when you start telling the competitor, you know, hey man, you've been on the field, you look good. Oh man, you did that move, you look good. And then that person starts to feel good at practice, and he's getting starting reps and rolling. It's kind of hard to tell him, you know, that hey, you're not playing at all. You're just gonna have to wait till after the bye week. That's Coach Reid doesn't roll like that. And you know, if you're gonna go out and practice, you're either gonna practice full or you're gonna go into rehab. And it's as simple as that.
Okay, thanks, bud.
Bam. Appreciate y'all.